afternoon, students. Today we are going to study Gravitation chapter of Science 1. Before doing gravitation, let's recall what we have studied earlier in 9th class. We have studied force. What is force? Force is that physical quantity which pulls or pull the object, right? Okay, and now the next is
effects of forces. Force changes the speed, direction or both of moving object, or it also changes the shape or size of any object.
all one more thing that is known as a, do you remember what is circular motion? Circular motion, a motion in which objects move in a circle or circular orbit, right? Or in a circle. So if an object exhibits a circular motion, then it is known as a circular motion. Now let's see an example. You can do it at your home also. Let's see this. Okay, everyone, you people are having your I card and most of the time you have done this also. लेकिन ये नहीं करना है, किसी को आई कार्ड लग सकता है. आप क्या करोगे, अपने घर में कोई भी आइदर इरेजर या फिर स्टोन, उसको आप धागे से बांधना और इस तरीके से आप रोटेट करना. ओके, यू कैन सी दिस. इस तरीके से आप रोटेट करो. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ टाइप ऑफ एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ सर्कुलर मोशन. ओके, बट इस एग्जाम्पल में आप ध्यान दो, व्हाट आई एम डूइंग हियर इज I am holding this with my thumb and the finger. Okay, so can you guess where I am applying a force? Do I am applying a force on this card? क्या मैं इस कार्ड को फोर्स लगा रही हूँ? क्या मैं इसको इस तरीके से घुमा रही हूँ? नहीं, आई एम नॉट रोटेटिंग लाइक दिस. आई एम जस्ट होल्डिंग दिस वन ऑफ द पार्ट. यू कैन होल्ड इट हियर ऑल्सो, बट फोकस में नहीं आएगा इसलिए मैंने छोटा लिया है. तो फिर यहाँ से विल रोटेट लाइक दिस. सो यू कैन ऑब्जर्व दैट आई एम अप्लाइंग फोर्स at this point. Okay, and what is that point? That is actually the center. Okay, now to move any object, what we need? We need a force. Okay, so this force which is present, that force is known as a, what is this centripetal force? The force with which, and whenever an object is moving in a circular orbit, then on this object a force is applied towards the center. That force is known as centripetal force. So the centripetal force is a force which set an object, this object, in a circular motion. Got it? So this here I am applying the force from the center. The direction of the force is along this strip, and the direction of the moving object is along the tangent to the circle. Suppose आप घर पर करके देखना कि अगर आप इसको घुमा रहे हो ऐसे गोल और उसको आप छोड़ देते हो तो किस डायरेक्शन में ये ऑब्जेक्ट जाएगा? इट विल मूव अलॉन्ग द टेंजेंट. टेंजेंट यू हैव स्टडीड इन ज्योमेट्री, a line touching the circle. Okay, so it will move in this direction or it will flip in this direction. So that is a centripetal force. Okay, now we'll go through the definition of centripetal force.
Centripetal force. A force acts on any object moving along a circle and it is directed towards the center of the circle is called centripetal force.
Is gravitational force. Just now I have studied the centripetal force. Now what is gravitational force? observe this object, it will fall. Observe this, it's a small duster. See in which direction it is going to fall. Earth, when an object is freely falling, then that is going to fall on the surface of the earth, and the earth applies a force that is known as a gravitational force of attraction. Okay. Regarding the gravitational force, he also given one more law. What is the Newton's law of gravitation? Suppose an object is there. There is one more object whose mass is m2. Okay. And the distance between these two objects is d, or sometimes it is mentioned by r also. Now these are the two objects. What Newton's universal law says, that whenever the two objects are there, mass m1 and m2, then there exists a force between them. There exists a force F. There exists a force between them, and this force is directly proportional to the product of the masses of two objects. So first there is a force between the object A and B whose mass is m1 m2, and that force is directly proportional to the product of m1 and m2, and inversely proportional to, this force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, the distance between them is d square, or sometimes in some books it is r. So now from here we can say that the force is proportional to m1 into m2 divided by d square. Okay, now to remove this proportionality sign, we have to use equal. You know this, how we remove this. G is universal constant, capital G, m1 m2 divided by d square. So this is the gravitational law. Universal constant G is a gravitation constant, and its value is 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11, and unit I will tell you later on. We will find out what is the unit. So this is the universal gravitation constant. Now how to find out the unit? The unit of the force is Newton. G we don't know. Mass of m1 is kg, mass of m2 is kg, and distance is meter square. We'll shift to this side. This will become Newton meter square divided by kg square, which is equals to capital G. So the unit is Newton meter square per kg square. So this is the Newton's universal law of gravitation or gravity.